Hey, my name is Tronic, and this is UFO Talk. So, Ross Coulthart from News Nation, he's a UFO journalist, gave his opinion on the Buga sphere. And I have to say something about that, okay? Because he's claiming that the TicTac UAP, right? It's nothing but the Lockheed Skunk Works technology, right? That's what he's claiming. That the UAP, the TicTac UAP, it's a Lockheed Martin technology. It's not like it doesn't have to do anything with alien technology, right? It is human technology that we've made somehow, right? Which I believe that we might have something, right? But he's claiming that without any type of proof that it's just human technology. It's not backed engineered alien technology. Okay. So now for you to make a claim like that, right? Obviously you have to show some proof. Now I believe that the TicTac UAP has some type of alien technology. I truly believe that. I don't believe it's all 100%, human technology, right? I just don't believe that. When you're dealing with these elites, right, with these people, these underground top secret facilities, right? You're dealing with people that has been doing this for decades. Okay? This is not an easy task to just walk right in and just see what they got going on, right? But for you to make a claim like that this is just human technology, you have to show something just to back it up. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's not even the point. The point is that he's claiming that the Bugosphere, right? That we are rushing into these Bugosphere, and we're putting all of these out there on the media, and he doesn't believe that Jaime Maussan in Mexico and all of these other people shouldn't be doing that, right? Which he said he said we should keep these as a secret. Why? Why should we keep these Buga sphere situation and other spheres too, right? These metallic spheres. Why we should keep it a secret? Isn't that the point of disclosure, to put everything out there? Why would you want to keep something in secret? You know what I mean? We have to let the people know what's going on. You can't just keep everything as a secret. So that is the only thing that I have to say about Ross Coulthart, right? That he's claiming these other things, right? The Lockheed Martin and the technology and all of that, and the whistleblowers and everything else, right? Which I'm sure he knows a couple of things here and there, right? But you can't demand for other scientists in Mexico, right? And these other people to keep everything a secret, because that is the point of disclosure, to not keep anything a secret, right? Just we have to put it out there. So let's watch a clip about Rose Coulthart, and let's just see, right? Let's just see his point of view out of all of this.
I think it's wrong that there has been media publicity about this matter before it's been able to be rigorously, independently peer reviewed, scientifically tested. Yes, there's a lot of claims that there are fiber optic cables or something built into the side of the object. There are a lot of claims about anomalous metal residue shavings. What I'd like to see with anything like this is independent, peer-reviewed science. Why is that so hard before announcements are made in the media? One of the problems time and time again is people get excited and say, I've discovered.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of claims from you that the Lockheed Skunk Works, or the Lockheed Martin, right, has these human technologies and not alien technology, right? So technically what you're saying is that everything that we have been hearing for decades is not true. That we somehow we have developed these anti-gravity technology, and it's all human, and all of the retrieval crashes from back in the 60s and the 50s, 1947, Roswell, New Mexico, and all of that, right? And I'm pretty sure there are many other crash retrievals out there. I'm pretty sure about that, right? So you're saying that they're not, the Lockheed is not using alien technology, right? But you're not backing up what you're saying. Like, you're not showing us proof, right? You're just saying we're talking to people, right? People is telling you this, right? So we like, this is what disclosure it's all about. It's about putting everything out there to the public. We can't keep it a secret. You know what I mean? So you can't just come and say, right, that yeah, we like the Bugosphere should be kept a secret and they should study it and all of that. It's nonsense, right? It's nonsense. That's not how disclosure works. Because we all know the government will never tell you anything about, right, this whole situation, the UFO secrecy and the underground facilities and what they're building, and all of these ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles, right? They're never going to tell us anything, right? So why should we keep the Bugosphere a secret? Right? I think it's pretty good that we are having updates every week about what's really going on with the Bugosphere and everything else, right? So that is the only problem I got with this guy. That is just the one problem. Everything else, it's, he's cool, right? I mean, I watch a lot of his videos, but I don't think we should keep the Bugosphere as a secret. I think we should let people know what's really going on. So, yeah.
Something, it's anomalous. It must be anomalous because I say it's so. Um, the only way to definitively prove this to the satisfaction of the scientific establishment is to put it to peer review, have an independent bunch of scientists making an assessment. That hasn't happened, despite what people say. And I'm kind of disappointed that people have rushed to broadcast and to make media claims about the Bugosphere because before that level of scientific investigation has been done. Yes, I do think.
Well, wait a second, man. There is scientists in Mexico. See, this is the thing that I don't like about him talking about this, right? Because he don't know. He don't know. There is many scientists in Mexico studying the Bugosphere. There is many of them. And for him to claim something like this, it's just totally nonsense, So I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. All right, but that was it about these whole, Bugosphere situation, right? It's all about that he's claiming other things without a backup, right? Without proof or anything else. So I think he shouldn't be talking about like why we're keeping the Bugosphere a secret, right? And like scientists should be looking into this, and scientists have been looking into this. Right? Just because the Bugosphere is not in the United States, that doesn't mean that, real scientists are not, looking into this. We have very powerful scientists in Mexico right now studying this thing. They actually took these samples, these metal samples, and we're gonna figure out if this thing is ancient, right? If it was made on planet Earth, or it wasn't made out there in the universe somewhere. That's what we're trying to find out. But we have to keep the people informed, right? We have to let everybody know what's going on with this, because if these was in the government's hands, that's it. We would never know what's going on with the Bugosphere. All right, but that was all I had to say about this. And if you like this content, make sure you like the video, make sure you follow me, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.